and welcome to Something Witchy, a Sabrina the Teenage Witch rewatch podcast. I'm Lara Cotter.
And I'm Sky Orchard.
And welcome, Wisconsin.
Whoa.
We had a spike in Wisconsin listeners lately, which I was thinking, didn't Curtis say that's where he was from originally? Where was it, Michigan? I'm wondering if it's a bunch of Curtis Anderson friends just listening to his interview.
And that's it.
Spiked it. I have an update on The Big Sleep. I'm still reading it. I'm 30-something% through because I'm reading an ebook, so I don't know what page numbers anything are. So we ended, I think when we ended, I was starting chapter 4. Okay, this was where I was like, I'm doing more of these quotes because this is the best thing I've ever read in my entire life. She approached me with enough sex appeal to stampede a businessman's lunch and tilted her head to finger a stray, but not very stray, tendril of softly glowing hair.
Oh my gosh.
Stampede a businessman's lunch. This is how I'm going to describe my neighborhood going forward. It seemed like a nice neighborhood to have bad habits in.
All those people breaking the HOA rules.
I liked the visualization of this one. It's not necessarily very 1930s, but I just thought it was a nice turn of phrase. It's talking about a girl laughing. The giggles got louder and ran around the corners of the room like rats behind the wainscoting.
Ooh, rats behind the wainscoting.
It's a nice little this is the one where I was like, this is some peak 1930s detective speak. I didn't like his racket and I didn't protect him. I happen to own this house. I'm not so crazy about that right now. I can believe that whatever you know about all this is under glass, or there would be a flock of Johns squeaking soul leathers around this dump. It's a guy who owns the house that somebody got murdered in. And this guy, the guy that got murdered, deals smut books.
Ooh, risque.
And the guy that owns the house is like a casino boss. It's amazing. Okay, I think that's all I got up to chapter 15. We will see what 15 brings. A girl that sucked on her thumb was present for the murder. She had been drugged and they were taking nudie photos of her.
Oh.
It got dark real fast. There's, some light racism sprinkled throughout.
As one does at that time.
For the 30s, it wasn't like we don't have any slurs. We have some slurs.
Pause. Oh, actually, yes.
Actually, I forgot we used that word. It's very 1930s. There's still a lot of misogyny. There's still a lot of sexism, some light racism. But it's interesting. I still have no idea who killed the person because I thought I knew and I did not know because that dude's dead now too.
Interesting.
We'll see if I figure it out by the end, but maybe not. That's my update for the week. Do you have any updates? Are you still playing Walden the video game, or did you successfully complete it?
I am still on the journey of discovery, and I have realized that you don't have to rush a journey of discovery. So I am taking my time in that I have not played it again since then. I will when I'm ready for the journey and to wander through the woods thinking deep thoughts.
All right. Anything else?
Not really. I've realized I forgot to take my meds the past 3 days, so the allergies.
Oh, it was what meds are we talking? Uppers, downers?
All of them.
All-arounders.
The all-arounders came back into my system, so we'll see how this goes.
All right. Fun times. I do have a question of the week because I remember this was part of my job. What's your favorite bad joke?
I don't know if I have a favorite bad joke off the top of my head, but I love a terrible pun.
Oh, okay.
Especially just off the cuff. Someone says something and it's bam, I can hit you with this right now.
I have a favorite bad joke, and it makes me laugh every time I tell it, and nobody's ever laughed with me. So there are 2 muffins sitting in an oven, and one muffin turns to the other and says, "Is it just me or is it getting hotter in here?" And the other muffin says, "Wow, a talking muffin!"
Yep, I've heard that one. As soon as you said there are 2 muffins in my head, I was like, wow, a talking muffin.
It is my favorite. I don't know if it's still out there somewhere in the world, but I think during college I had a blog titled Talking Muffins.
Ooh.
It might still be out there. Should we get into our episode?
Let's do it.
All right. This is season 3, episode 21. We are counting down season 3, titled Sabrina's Real World. TV guide description. Salem has arranged for Sabrina's life to be a 24-hour-a-day reality show on Otherrealm television. Streaming is very similar with Sabrina becomes the unknowing star of an Otherrealm TV show. It originally aired April 9th, 1999, although Hulu says May 14th.
Oh, Hulu.
Carrie Halverson is our director, and Charlie Tursick is back as our writer. Guest stars. Alex Rocco is Sid Wolf. We do not hear this man's name at any point in this episode. And because I was too lazy to scroll up to see what his name was, I refer to him as the producer throughout these entire notes. He is from The Godfather, The Wedding Planner, Smokin' Aces, The George Carlin Show, and Sibs. Stu Nahan is the TV announcer from Fast Times at Ridgemont High, Rockies 1 through 4, and he was also American television sportscaster in LA from the 50s through the 90s. You've probably heard his voice at some point. Stephen Porter is Bryce from Best in Show, Heart of Dixie, X-Files, and $1 Million Baby. Adrian Neal, he does not get a name. He's just called British Guy, but he is the guy that Zelda has to give the bad news to. He is from 24, Ocean's 13, State of Grace, and iCarly. Sean Moran is the mailman from Grease, Queen Dad, Johnny Zero, and The West Wing. Sonia Maddox is the publicity person. I think it's like the tour guide that comes into the house.
Yeah.
She's from Spider-Man 3, The Invisible Man, and Diagnosis Murder. And then Hope Levy is the contest winner that's freaking out. It's Sabrina from the Sabrina Show. She's a voice actor pretty much everywhere, including Super Mario Galaxy movie, Shameless. Well, obviously not a voice actor in Shameless, like a real person in Shameless. Then a voice actor in Garfield, A Tale of Two Kitties, and Brother Bear. Some pretty obvious trivia. This episode title alludes to the MTV reality show, The Real World.
Say it ain't so.
Shocking. Although they do refer to it as Sabrina's World, which is also a hint to Wayne's World. One question I have about this, do you think Caroline wrote her own bad jokes?
I feel like she definitely was given room to ad-lib if she didn't write them herself.
I think so too. I think she was definitely involved in it. What were your overall thoughts on this one, Sky?
It was fun. No complaints really about it.
Enthusiastic review.
I mean, it was so fun.
You almost started off like a little Mickey Mouse on that. It was so fun.
Golly gee willikers.
I like it. Again, this is another one I don't like writing for. I just want to be able to watch it. We have had some quick scenes episodes recently, but none as much as this, where it was literally like scene, one line of dialogue, scene, one line of dialogue, scene.
Yeah.
That was rough. Also, it's been a week for me, so my comments are probably going to be light, and we will rely on Sky to fill it in for us.
Okay, we've had 2 really long episodes preceding this, so I think a short one will be a refresher.
We can have a short one as a treat. Our cold open. Sabrina and Salem are on the couch watching a marathon of When Good Witches Go Bad. Salem gets into a fight with the guy on TV.
TV announcer says, "Oh yeah, we interrupt this regularly scheduled program to beat you up."
The man crawls out of the TV and Salem runs off.
As he runs off, he says, "Yikes, first Cokie Roberts and now him." Cokie Roberts was an American journalist and author. Her career includes decades as a political reporter and analyst for NPR, PBS, ABC News. She was considered one of NPR's founding mothers, along with late Susan Stamberg, Linda Wertheimer, and Nina Totenberg.
That sounds like the kind of gal that Salem would get in a fight with.
Exactly.
I almost said the kind of dame, because I've been reading a 30s detective novel too much.
After Salem and the TV announcer run out of the room, Sabrina says, "I thought the V-chip was supposed to prevent this sort of thing." So a V-chip, short for violence chip, is a technology built into television receivers that allows parents to automatically block programming based on its ratings category. And it was mandated in the US. It has been mandated in the US since 2000 because of the 1996 Telecommunications Act that was passed.
Wait, do Light TV still have it?
It is still in use to this day, however, it only blocks programming from standard cable and broadcast television, and it does not block news, sportscasting, movies on premium cable channels, or streamed programs via the internet.
So basically it's useless now.
If you're old school on the cable, the regular cable, not the HBO's premium cables, you might be affected by the V-chip.
Can we get a V-chip that's just like blocks Fox News?
You know, I think it qualifies into why the V-chip was made.
This is so bad. Back in the day when my mom still had Facebook, every now and again, I would like be on her computer or I'd get onto her account somehow and I would just start blocking a bunch of right-wing pages.
Good job.
And she'd just be like, I don't see this anymore. I'm like, yeah, so weird.
Just disappeared.
My mother getting off of Facebook was the best thing to ever happen to our relationship. Her outfit intro, she's a milkman at first because it reveals like head down. And I was like, shit, Captain. I was like, never mind, milkman. And she says, I'm going to milk this show for laughs.
Hardy har har.
This one actually, I feel like is appropriate for the Hilda storyline. And I feel like usually our outfit intros have nothing whatsoever to do with our actual show.
Look at this. We catered an outfit intro to the episode.
I think this is a coincidence. I don't think this was planned.
Trying to give these people credit sometimes.
Zelda joins Hilda in the kitchen as Hilda is looking for something to cook for her dinner with Bryce, the guy she met at the bookstore.
Zelda looking through the books. 200 Mexican dishes for lovers. Corn, the sensuous vegetable. Souffle, okay.
Zelda's like, what were you doing in a bookstore? And Hilda's like, I went to meet guys. Sabrina comes running down and says there's a man in her bedroom with Salem. And Zelda says, oh, that's okay. It's just the TV producer from the Witch Channel. There's a strange man in Sabrina's bedroom. And they answer like, oh, it's fine. Salem is pitching him ideas. Salem's first pitch is about a dictator that inherits an orphanage.
We'll call it El Duce and the Kids.
The producer is not impressed. What about a workplace comedy set in a petting zoo? I mean, I feel like Animal Control is pretty close to that. Or Bible stories dramatized by a troupe of sock puppets.
Veggie Tales?
Yeah, that's not too far away. The producer doesn't like any of it. Sabrina comes in to get her jacket, and Salem pitches a cat that lives with a teenage witch that's half mortal. And the producer, who was just hanging out in a teenage girl's room, looks at the teenage girl and likes what he sees, and he loves the ideas, except for the cat part.
Salem chimes in, same here about the cat part.
It can be a documentary with hidden cameras because, of course, putting hidden cameras falling around a teenage girl is in no way creepy.
Not at all. We do get a brief cauldron watch. Still disappointing, has pens in it. But then you know what is refreshing? That TV producer on his desk that randomly appears whenever he has a scene has a proper pen holder holding pens. It's like, Sabrina, take notes with your pens that are in your cauldron that need to leave it.
I'm uncomfortable that we're doing this all from her bedroom. We know there are many, many unutilized rooms in this house. We don't need to do this from the teenage girl's bedroom. Mr. Kraft stops Libby in the hallway to point out that no one has volunteered to be school safety monitor. He tells her she can appoint anyone she'd like as the school historian or secretary, something like that. Switch to Sabrina in a safety monitor uniform, directing kids in the hallway, showing on a TV. The producer is not happy with this.
You also get a poster in the background. I don't know if we've spoken about it, or we couldn't read it fully, but it says abstinence lets you choose your future.
Was there a picture of a girl on it? Like a close-up of a girl?
No, it was
like
a couple different teenagers on it.
Because there was one in the cafeteria that was something about abstinence, and I couldn't remember if I knew what that one said or not. But that one may be the abstinence, the club that anybody can get into, or whatever that stupid saying was.
Well, now you can also choose your future.
I'm not going to make the joke I was going to make.
This episode's all about jokes.
She had enough sex appeal to stampede a businessman's lunch. Put that on a poster. Mr. Kraft joins Sabrina to criticize her safety monitoring.
You know, Sabrina, regarding that gum on the floor, I still feel that you should put a few pillions around it. You know, I ran a much tighter ship when I was safety monitor, despite the savage beatings.
This must have been before he met Lucy and became a hippie.
Mm-hmm.
Hilda asks Zelda for her advice on which belt to wear on her date. Zelda, shocked, picks out a hideous gemstone one, and Hilda happily puts it on. Suddenly, Hilda is cracking jokes about a non-existent mother-in-law.
Speaking of frightening, you should see my mother-in-law. They said she's as ugly as Sin. Sin sued. Zelda says, Hilda, you don't have a mother-in-law. Hilda, you're right. Not so much a mother-in-law as a big tub of goo. A tub that said, I don't make enough money. Aha.
Hilda doesn't know what's going on. Zelda thinks it has to do with the belt, but Hilda can't get it off. Zelda examines the belt and discovers it's a Borscht belt. It won't come off until Hilda tells 1,000,000 jokes.
1,000,000 jokes? Oh, well then I should tell you about my ex-wife. I took her everywhere. It was easier than having to kiss her goodbye.
It's so bad. Hilda begs for help, but mail pops up from the toaster. Zelda has been summoned to the other realm.
A little about the Borscht belt. The tradition of Borscht Belt entertainment started in the early 20th century with the Paradise Garden Theater, constructed in Hunter, New York, by Yiddish theater star Boris Thomashevsky. A cradle of American Jewish comedy since the 1920s, the Borscht Belt entertainment circuit has helped launch the careers of many famous comedians and acted as a launchpad for those just starting out. Borscht Belt humor refers to the rapid-fire, often self-deprecating style common to many of these performers and writers. Typical themes include bad luck, puns, physical complaints and ailments, aggravating relatives, and nagging wives. Some of the comedians to come out of the Borscht Belt include Abbott and Costello, B. Arthur, Mel Brooks, Joan Rivers, and the Three Stooges, and Gene Wilder. That's the Borscht Belt for you.
Salem is on the phone, begging the producer not to cancel the show and promises that Sabrina isn't always dull. Just then, Sabrina walks in for lunch.
Salem says, "Want to go skydiving?"
And he says, like, oh, good, you're back for lunch, confirming what we all know, that this girl does not stay in school for an entire day ever. But Sabrina just wants to put her feet up, eat some cereal, and try to get through the rest of the school day. Salem keeps trying to get her to be more interesting, but it doesn't work.
I know what would be relaxing. Juggling steak knives. Or we could just talk. Teen pregnancy. What are your thoughts? Sabrina. Well, I'm against teen pregnancy, but I'm for you juggling steak knives.
Also, teen pregnancy rates are so low that it's actually contributing to the birth rate crisis. Which, go teens.
Abstinence lets you choose your future, teens.
Keep it in your pants, teens. Let's make that a poster. Sabrina gets upstairs and the linen closet door slowly opens and the Grim Reaper comes out. Except it's just Zelda.
The grim part is this material doesn't breathe.
Zelda explains that this is the witch equivalent of jury duty, but she doesn't tell people they're dying. It's a service for witches who don't take bad news well.
Like an IRS audit or a particularly nasty boil.
I feel like Sabrina should have had the Grim Reaper of bad news a couple times in some episodes.
Yeah.
And I don't think we ever see this ever again, and there's definitely times she should have it in the future. Just then, Zelda's beeper goes off, and she leaves to tell someone their check is about to bounce. In class, Libby mocks Sabrina's bright orange safety monitor accessories. Everyone laughs.
Miss Quick is sort of savage with a class, please. I don't want to hear anyone making fun of how stupid Sabrina looks.
The way she delivers it, though, it's like, yeah, that kind of sounds like something Miss Quick would say. Salem is back on the phone, promising Sabrina's world is going to get much more exciting.
I can't tell you how exactly, but let's just say it involves a whole lot of blood.
What was his plan? Do you think it was like a carry?
Steak knives.
Hilda comes in and asks Salem to pick the belt with his claws. Salem tells her Sabrina was just on the phone and forgot a barrel of nuclear waste for chemistry class. Hilda, asking no questions, immediately zaps nuclear waste into Sabrina's class right next to her desk. Why, Hilda? Why was there no critical thought? Why would she need a barrel of nuclear waste? Why would I just zap it into a room where there are mortals who could see it? Why am I zapping it into her math class? Remember how a couple episodes ago we had an episode about how important character development is and knowing the why behind why your characters are doing things?
The Falconer episode.
Yes. That is so completely out of Hilda's character to just be like, sure, let me just zap whatever into the mortal realm. And Zelda does the same thing later on, where I'm like, this is out of character for the ants to just, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She zaps it in. Everyone freaks out, and Sabrina leads them in a panic out of the room.
Okay, everybody stay calm. Get in single file and run for your lives.
Sabrina leads people in hazmat suits down the hallway as they haul out the nuclear waste.
It's okay, everyone. Just a little minor radiation. None of us want to have kids anyway, right?
In which case, you don't need to worry about abstinence to contribute to the birth rate crisis.
Go for it.
I mean, it's a little STD here and there.
Yeah. Well, protection. Wrap it before you tap it.
This is a safe sex episode. Mr. Kraft tells her how disappointed he is in her work.
Oh, very disappointing, Miss Spellman. In my day, safety monitors cleaned up toxic spills themselves, and I've got the lesions to prove it.
Of course he does. He's such a gross man. Sabrina calls home and tells Salem something weird is going on. He is happy about this, but covers when Zelda walks in the room and hangs up on Sabrina. Salem tells Zelda that Sabrina needs to get her gray dress cleaned. Again, asking no questions, Zelda immediately zaps, leaving Sabrina exposed in her slip in the cafeteria. Sabrina arrives home, covering herself with a bush, and yells if anyone has seen her clothes. Which, while she is maybe 5-6 years ahead of her time, there will come a time when wearing a silky lace camisole will be considered high fashion. And she could have pulled off this slip just as, this is my dress. It wasn't see-through. She could have pulled it off. So Sabrina arrives home, covering herself with a bush, and yells if anyone has seen her clothes. She then notices she's on TV. She puts it all together and yells for Salem and then drops the bush. She's like, oh, I'm on TV. Bush drops. Sabrina zaps on some clothes and then goes off to find Salem. She finds bags full of fan mail upstairs. She hears Salem groaning in her bedroom. He's getting a massage. Sabrina pulls the masseuse aside and takes his place, roughly massaging Salem. She tells him that she found out and yells at him, demanding that it stop. The producer suddenly zaps in, stating that he has an ironclad contract to her life rights. In the kitchen, Zelda tells Sabrina that if the contract is ironclad, there's no way out. I know it solves later, but it feels like this is really off for Zelda to just brush this aside and be like, well, cameras are just going to follow you everywhere and invade your privacy for the rest of your life. Hilda chimes in with a joke.
How about a marriage contract? My husband says that marriage isn't a word, it's a sentence.
Zelda does make a comment about shows getting canceled when they have bad ratings. Sabrina decides she'll just be incredibly dull to get the show canceled.
Hilda says, watch out, young lady. With that approach, someday you'll run your own network.
Zelda tries using a welding torch to get the belt off Hilda. Harvey shows up at the door, completely disheveled. He went to the mall to buy socks, and he rescued a family from a burning building. Sabrina keeps trying to dull down the conversation. The producer watches the show in Sabrina's room, appalled at what he's seeing. Zelda walks through the living room in her Grim Reaper outfit, off to tell someone he has asbestos in his crawl space. I was like, hey, maybe the asbestos/Sabrina/Reagan Venn diagram is a little bit bigger than we thought.
It's expanding.
Because at least one other podcast has gotten to this episode. So at least one other, assuming they quoted it word for word, one other podcast has talked about asbestos on their Sabrina show. Sabrina blames the outfit on a play. Suddenly, a bunch of fans of the show run in, taking pictures of Sabrina. Sabrina tries again to blame it on the theater company. At school the next day, Miss Quick tells Sabrina she had an allergic reaction to peas and tries to tell Sabrina about her near-death experience, but Sabrina steers the conversation to Jell-O. There's clapping outside, and Harvey comes in to announce that he's getting a medal from the mayor. Sabrina ignores this and goes back to Jell-O. The producer tells Salem the ratings are plummeting and they have to do something.
Salem suggests add a laugh track,
which then we get a laugh from the laugh track. Zelda tries using a chainsaw on the belt, but it still won't budge.
Hilda says, like my husband's hand on his wallet.
Bryce will be there any minute.
Zelda, maybe he won't have a sense of humor and he'll find you funny.
Zelda admits there's something she hasn't told Zelda about Bryce. He's really short.
Why, he's so short he has to reach up to tie his shoes.
Zelda offers to stay for dinner and do all the talking.
Zelly, what would I do without you, besides throw one heck of a party?
Also, when she's away from Zelda, she ends up getting caught up with a man that's trying to take over the world. And then he turns into a cat, and then she's chained to him for the next 100 years. 150, because he got 50 years added, right?
Sounds like one heck of a party.
Maybe don't ever leave Hilda alone, Zelda. Sabrina is counting ceiling tiles in the cafeteria as Harvey falls asleep. The producer watches, incredulous. He decides to fight back.
There is no way I'm letting the show get canceled. I haven't had a hit since Make Room for Nostradamus. Salem says, I found that very predictable.
I just got that joke. Sometimes I need you to write them out for me. And then I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Nostradamus was a French astrologer, apothecary, physician, and reputed seer who is best known for his book. Les Prophéties is what I'm going to pretend the French pronunciation is, which he published in 1955, and it's a collection of 942 poetic quatrains allegedly predicting future events. Now, they're vague enough that they can apply to almost anything. However, some of the ones it's been said that he has successfully predicted include the Great Fire of London, the French Revolution, the rise of Napoleon and of Adolf Hitler, both world wars, and the nuclear destruction of Hiroshima and Nagasaki. There's also been claims that the Apollo moon landing, Space Shuttle Challenger disaster, death of Diana, Princess of Wales, and the September 11th attacks on the World Trade Center are also found within the prophecies.
This is actually how I learned about Nostradamus, was from 9/11. There was a chain letter circulating internet. The one I read was about steel birds striking the Twin Towers.
Mm-hmm.
That is a hoax. They were fabricated after 9/11. It's not actually in Nostradamus's quote unquote prophecies. But I didn't know that at the time because the internet was in its infancy. I think we may have had Snopes, maybe. And I remember like going to my dad and being like, holy cow, Dad, this dude back in the 1500s or whenever it was, this is what he wrote and he predicted this. And my dad's like, no, let me tell you about this. That's how I learned about Nostradamus, was because of 9/11. The producer zaps the tornado into the hallway. Everyone screams and runs away except Sabrina.
Miss Quick says, head for the root cellar. Sorry, I'm from the Midwest.
I'm also going to tangent on this one. In the 4th grade, I had a teacher who was from Oklahoma. We do not get tornadoes out here in the mountains. Sometimes we do, but very, very rarely. And she would tell us all about like growing up in Oklahoma and Tornado Alley and like how you would have to like what you would do if there was a tornado and like how you would try to protect yourself. And since then, I've been terrified of tornadoes. And when I lived in Georgia for a couple of years, the very first time a tornado siren went off, I was out. I think I was grocery shopping at Publix, which I so miss. I wish we'd have a Publix out here. And I like sped home. So I drove so fast. I remembered what Mrs. Cowden taught me in the 4th grade. I got my pillow, I got my cell phone, and I got a flashlight, and I went to the bathtub, and I sat in my bathroom in my bathtub and like just turned off the lights and just sat there.
Oh my gosh.
And like was like watching the radar on my phone to see like where the weather was going. And my roommates came home and they were like calling for me and they're like, where's Laura? I thought she was home. And I'm like, guys, I'm in my bathroom. There's a tornado coming. And they all grew up in Georgia and they come in, they're like, okay, no, like calm down. It's fine. Like, it's not even like it's a tornado watch or whatever it is. It's the one where it's like, we have the ingredients for the taco. It's not like the tacos are being served right now, whatever the metaphors that they use. And then after that, I never like freaked out again. But that was my first tornado warning watch, whatever. And I freaked out. Was like texting my family, there's a tornado coming.
It's coming. The Twister.
Coming.
Did you have to do earthquake drills like in elementary school?
Oh, yeah. I'm not that old. They invented earthquake drills at that point.
I was curious because when I did elementary school here in Utah, I did earthquake drills, but
yeah.
In Idaho, we never had earthquake drills.
Wait,
so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they don't care if your kids die in Idaho. We can just make more of you. We don't believe in abstinence in Idaho.
I mean, get a big enough earthquake in Idaho, it's probably because Yellowstone's blown, and at that point, there's nothing.
It's all over anyway. Was there more to the earthquake drill story, or were you just asking if I did them?
I was just asking if
I thought you had a funny story about an earthquake drill.
Nope.
We did them all the time, and that is also how I found out that my earthquake knowledge is extremely outdated when we actually had an earthquake, the 2020 earthquake. For those of you who don't know, 2 weeks after the United States went into lockdown, maybe not even 2 weeks, maybe been 10 days, we had the biggest earthquake in our area of Utah that we've had my entire life. And it was so traumatic, especially for those of us with a religious background who were taught about certain signs of the times. I definitely went out to my porch afterwards and like just looked to the east and I was like, okay, we're good. The thing back when I was in school was like, if you don't have a table to get under, then stand in a doorway.
Yeah.
Apparently that is false and we no longer do the doorway thing.
Oh.
And so when I got awoken and then was like, yelled to my roommate Terry and was like, is this an earthquake? And then like went to my doorway. And that was when we actually put the leaves in the dining room table and used our dining room table for the first time in 2 years because of the earthquake.
Yeah, I had bookcases that literally my bed was like holding up. They weren't like attached to the wall or anything there. I had taken off most of the books though, because was getting ready to move out of that apartment. But I just laid in bed and I was like, yeah, I might get crushed by a bookcase, but it's fine. It's a way to go. And then we had that land hurricane force winds like later.
It was a rough time everywhere. But again, you add in the dash of like religious traumatic upbringing and it really brings things up a notch.
Yeah. We were struggling.
I never hang anything above my bed because I am convinced we're going to have an earthquake in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping and it's going to fall and it's going to crush me and I'm going to die. I don't even like that there is a ceiling fan above my bed in my bedroom. I am very paranoid about that. Back to Sabrina. Twinkle noise. Zelda runs into the kitchen, warning Hilda that Bryce is here and he has misplaced his toupee. Hilda sees Bryce and immediately starts a joke.
A pool hall called.
But holds it back. Zelda says she has a terrible virus and has lost her voice. So then just cancel the date? Hey, I'm extremely sick to the point where I cannot talk, but I'm going to cook you food. I'm going to feed you stuff for my virus-laden fingers.
Finger flu.
Oh, gross. Cancel the date. If you're going to use I'm sick as an excuse, just cancel the date. Bryce says his family has an old Polish home remedy for laryngitis. And for some reason, the thought of Poland really kills Hilda. I don't want to know what those jokes would have been.
Yeah.
Zelda's beeper goes off and she has to leave. Hilda tries to hold her back, but Zelda just tells her not to talk. Bryce asks Hilda how he looks without the hairpiece, and Hilda shoves a piece of bread in her mouth. He actually doesn't look bad. I think he would look weirder with a toupee on.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has barricaded the cafeteria doors, and Sabrina continues to sit, nonchalant. Mr. Kraft asks the safety monitor what to do, but she just tries to talk about Jell-O again. Now the producer zaps in an earthquake. Hey, earthquakes! We should have saved the earthquake talk for this one.
Whoops.
Sabrina refuses to let it be exciting. Salem tries to tell the producer that it's not a good idea to let anything bad happen to Sabrina.
Just thinking out loud here, but is this such a good idea? If something should happen to our star, I could have a few really uncomfortable weeks at home. Just a few.
But immediately walks it back when the producer glares at him. The producer zaps again, summoning an even bigger earthquake. Yeah, that's always fun when you think you have the big earthquake and then they're like, oh, that was just a before shock. Then you get the big one. You're like,
that was the foreplay.
There was some worry after the big one in 2020 where we're like, is this as big as it's going to get or is there going to be more? And for a few weeks, they're like, we don't know. I'm like, cool. Awesome. Everyone begs Sabrina to do something. She reluctantly puts on her hard hat and tells everyone to stay calm and uninteresting, and she will lead them out. Then the lights go out.
Miss Quick asks, have my eyes swollen shut or did the lights go out? Mr. Kraft asks, is there anyone here who is qualified to take confession?
Do you think Mr. Kraft is Catholic?
No. Also, what are you going to confess? Tell us, Willard. I want to hear.
He's mean. I think that's a sin.
That's at least 100 Hail Marys.
He gives me Presbyterian vibes. Or Protestant. Give me Catholic vibes. Zelda arrives at the house where she needs to give bad news, but he has a sign on his door that says, no peddlers, no religious listers, no bad news. She's heard of this guy that won't accept bad news. She knocks on the door and starts to tell the man she has bad news. He opens the door, but he immediately closes it again. Zelda knocks again. Bryce is trying to grab something out of a high cupboard while Hilda whimpers. Zelda knocks again. The man answers, asks if anyone is there, and closes the door. Sabrina leads everyone through the dark hallways while Mr. Kraft whimpers and Libby snarks.
My greatest wish is that they find my body at least 50 feet away from you people.
Bryce tastes the sauce Hilda made, her germy sauce, saying it will put some hair on your chest, and Hilda spits out water. I do have a comment about this. So my mother was raised in upstate New York by a very greatest generation type man where he didn't believe in being soft about anything. And so when we were younger and we'd have minor boo-boos, she wouldn't be like the cuddle kiss it. I remember at one point she just started saying oh, suck it up and get some hair on your chest. And I remember her telling this to me when I was 2 or 3 and me just crying, I don't want hair on my chest.
Oh, trauma.
Zelda again knocks and quickly yells out that the man's shoes will give him a bad case of athlete's foot when he answers the door. He claims he didn't hear her. Are the shoes the cause of athlete's foot?
It can be.
I guess if you don't clean them, if they get nasty,
if they get the fungus amongst.
But I feel like it doesn't come from the shoe. It comes from the dirtiness
The environment created within the shoe.
Yes. It's not like you buy a brand new pair of shoes. They might come with athlete's foot.
That could be a marketing tactic.
For or against buying shoes. Adidas just starts claiming that Nike shoes will give you athlete's foot.
100% athlete's foot free.
I mean, I guess it's true. It's not false advertising.
Yeah.
The lights come back on in the hallway, and then there's an aftershock. Sabrina starts panicking, saying this is never going to stop. Miss Quick slaps her. Mr. Kraft gives Harvey something to give to his lawyer in case he dies.
Harvey reads the note and says, it's a declaration of love. Mr. Kraft says, oh, that's for Sandra Bullock.
Proof that Sandra Bullock is universally beloved.
Mm-hmm.
Zelda has the man in a chokehold and demands that he sign the clipboard attesting that he got his bad news. He still refuses.
And has like the creepiest giggle as he refuses.
Everyone has made it to the doors.
Harvey says, and we didn't have to resort to cannibalism.
I'm a little bit worried that, 30 minutes into an emergency, that's where Harvey's mind has gone.
He's been around Hilda too long.
Then some sort of monster appears. It is called a dinosaur. It is speculated that it's a Godzilla. It's referred to as a very large lizard. Something appears. Miss Quick tries to offer a calm explanation, but then quickly says they're all going to die.
Now let's be calm. What's happened is the Earth's tectonic plates have shifted, causing certain gaseous solutions have imploded, and we're all going to die.
Mr. Kraft shoves Sabrina out the door and hands her a fire extinguisher to deal with it. Salem admits this did make the show more exciting. Sabrina tries to talk to the creature. She figures it might speak Japanese and zaps herself to try it out.
The translation of what she says is, so what do you think of the new Toyotas? Harvey, watching from the window, says, I didn't know Sabrina could speak Japanese. And Mr. Kraft says, oh yes, it's part of every safety monitor's training.
In year 2026, I think we would make a Toyota-thon joke. The lizard responds that he speaks French and asks if it's still the Mesozoic era. The producer laughs. Sabrina zaps herself again to speak French and tells the dinosaur/Godzilla/lizard thing to go downtown for an organ meat festival. He thanks her and insults her, then leaves.
Thank you, culturally illiterate American pig. Toodles.
Bryce and Hilda have finished dinner and cleaned up, and he confronts her. He thinks she didn't even have laryngitis. It was all a bald-faced lie. He then apologizes for being so short. Hilda can no longer hold back, and the jokes come out.
Short, you're so short when it rains you're the last to know. You can milk a cow standing up. And bald, you're so bald an eagle tried to hatch on your head. You know what? There's a cure for baldness, and it's called hair.
Everyone is standing around, relieved that they are still alive. Sabrina is upset at how exciting it all was. Harvey offers to make her a big bowl of Jell-O. Zelda finally returns to Hilda, sitting by herself in the kitchen. She has bad news. Bryce is going to break up with her. Hilda tells her she's too late. Zelda still asks her to sign the receipt. Sabrina arrives home and sits on the couch. Zelda joins her and asks if everything is okay. Sabrina says her life has become such an adventure that the show will never get canceled. She turns on the television, but instead sees Hilda doing stand-up.
Seriously, my hometown was so small you couldn't buy a house without exact change. Our family doctor worked at Joe's Hospital and Grill. Seriously, a man walked into a bar and said to a horse, "Why the long face?"
Sabrina asks what happened. Zelda says she visited the producer in her Grim Reaper outfit, and he promised to cancel Sabrina's world if she didn't kill him. Zelda admits she just mumbled his bad news, and he thought she said he was going to die. He was actually going to get a bad piece of pie. Sabrina turns off the TV. We do not have an end tag because it is just credits and scenes from the show, which is new for us, and I do not care for it.
Is this something that's gonna happen again? I figured it was because of the real world play or Wayne's World play on things.
I have no idea.
Huh.
I don't think so, but I don't know. I bet for some of the later episodes, like as we get towards the end of the series, the end tags may start going away because that's what they do when they start running out of ideas and they know that the end is near. All right, Sky, any last thoughts?
So this is the episode I glimpsed while in the waiting room.
Yes, that is correct.
Man with the smoking jacket.
Yes.
He's finally appeared. Thank you, producer guy. I really wish I had been spoiled with a clue to the family secret. That's my final thought as I look at these two deliverables I have, and I have nothing for either of them.
Well, what's your new title?
Sabrina's Real World is a good one. Like, this
Yeah.
one actually is a good use of Sabrina blah blah format.
I would only say, like, if they weren't going to do Sabrina's Real World, Sabrina's World would be the other one I would do. One of those two. All right. So it's now your time to guess the family secret, knowing that in the next episode, some of these clues will be revealed to us. So this is the last chance to guess some of these on your own. So we know that each of these symbols has to turn into words, be combined into words.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's going to be a sentence. It's going to be a full sentence.
Yes.
So
are you trying to say that birds is like the or some start of a sentence?
It's not the, but it is a starting word.
There?
No. I'm gonna try and help you. There are multiple birds in this bird cage, and they're living somewhere.
Nest?
No.
Rest?
No.
Cage?
No.
Where do birds live?
Where do birds live? That's a good question. Where do birds live?
Trees?
No.
Where do birds live? The sky?
Maybe not naturally where they live, but it's
Pet
a place.
Stores?
No.
Zoo?
No. No. No.
Aviary?
Okay.
Aviary,
Remember, we're kind of doing slant rhyme things where it's not necessarily the exact word.
Every.
Okay. Okay.
Really? Oh my gosh. No. No, no, no.
Are you more upset now that I've helped lead you to it, or would you have been more upset when it was just told to us next episode? Do I help you with more of them, or do I let you be more upset next week?
Oh gosh. Every
empire.
Oh my gosh. Member?
Yes.
There are no embers. Oh, no. Every member of the Spellman.
This one's hard because you're missing two parts of this word.
Well, it has to be like family or something within there. Is born with a, and then there's good and bad in all of them. Oh, I dislike this.
I want to stop this now because I feel like you're getting dangerously close to it. I don't want you to solve it today.
Rude. I thought the whole point was, can I solve it before?
But I know I'm not going to be able to like keep a poker face if you do hit on it. And we cannot unpack the can of worms that it's going to open. We can't. We just can't do it right now. Okay. Well, Sky got very close. Sky got way closer than I did as a 12-year-old. So good job, Sky.
Oh, that's savage. At 34, I am beating 12-year-old Laura.
I had no idea what any of those clues were. The next episode is season 3, episode 22, The Long and Winding Shortcut. Sky, what do you think it's going to be about?
It is Sabrina going on a journey to figure out the family secret. Okay. Is trying to take a shortcut to bypass the terrible trauma that this entire season has been, both her and I, and it's going to go bad. And family, Robert E. Lee, god damn it.
Can't say that. We're a family-friendly show.
This was like our sex education PSA show. I think I can say god damn it. Oh. So there's probably going to be like a fan clue and
no, it's so much worse.
Oh gosh.
Well, please like, share, rate, and subscribe to this podcast so you don't miss any of the last few episodes as Sky tries to race against Sabrina to solve the family secret. You can email us at somethingwitchypod@gmail.com and follow us on Instagram at somethingwitchypod. Until next time.
Stay magical. The snake is because it hisses.
Yeah. You just got that?
Yes. Oh.
You did better than Sabrina.
Okay, y'all. Stay magical for reals. Until next time.